Checking, checking, checking. It's Monday. Monday. Hi, everybody. Should put on something in the background. Something in the background. Oh, I gotta admit, y'all, I'm feeling very tired today. Feeling eepy. Hi, Stephanie. Hi. Let's see, let me put this on the right speaker. I'm feeling tired. Hi, Yasna. See if I can get this to act right. Okay, there we go. Hi, Nicolette. Also butt soreness. Yeah, I feel you, Renee. Yeah, I'm like peak luteal right now. So your girl is like, I tried to train this morning and I was like, I don't feel like doing anything right now. I feel like literally laying on my back and staring at the ceiling. So if that's any indication how today's gonna go, I definitely don't mind moving around, but our output's gonna be a little bit different if y'all are okay with that. If you're okay with that. Hi, Samantha, welcome back. How was everybody's weekend? Yay. I knew you guys would be good with that. I'm guessing, well, I did have an active weekend. We did the Soy Milk Gallery. That was really cool. Hey, Sarah. And then the next day we went and spent time with my nephew and my sister and brother-in-law, so that was fun. So yeah. But my brain is also, I'm a bit projected into the future right now because I have I know I've talked about it a few times, but my dance project that I'm working on, so I'm I'm just thinking about that. But I'd love to hear about y'all's weekends. Then we'll get going. We'll do some flowing stretching. Try to get ourselves up and ready for the week. Maybe we should do some breath work today. Oh, that would, I think, be really good. Let's look. Just take a peek. Yes, breath work. Great. You did some Kundalini. Ooh, that sounds lovely. That Sounds amazing. Breathwork sounds good to me. Had a lovely but tiring weekend also. Oh, that's perfect. Sweet. Then it sounds like we're all synchronized today, y'all. Isn't that convenient? I love this for us. All right, well, we'll get set up over there. I might even end class a little bit early depending on my energy levels because I want to try to, I have it in my schedule to practice a dance piece, so I want to, you know, put some of my remaining gas tank towards that. So we'll see how much we do. All right. Here we go. Let's go on an adventure together. Yee. Also, we'll do the weekend reset. I also want to put on something like something chill. Chill morning. Give it to me, Spotify. What you got? All right. I actually think it would be kind of nice to do our breath work starting seated or kneeling and then coming up to standing and incorporating breath in with like gentle movements from stand. So depending on wherever you're at, if I'm ever doing kneeling, sometimes I like to take some blocks. And give me something to sit on. If you have like a proper meditation pillow, those can be really helpful. You know what was kind of on my brain? I don't know if you guys saw the release for the new Tron Ares movie or their promotions where Nine Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack. But the previous Tron Legacy, there's like this moment where when they come in and it's like that first scene where you see Jeff Bridges again and he's like sitting on that awesome meditation cushion. I really want one of those. So this is kind of like my made up version. You could even do like a couple blocks in a bolster. That sometimes does the trick, but I just want to be a little bit higher right now. So we'll just check in with where our breath is at right now. Hands can rest on your thighs. We're just trying to drop into that limb of our nervous system, the parasympathetic. See if you can elongate your inhales to 3 seconds and your exhales to 3 seconds. And we'll do 5 more rounds of that. Good, one more. right, if your eyes are closed, let's blink them open. And we're gonna do alternate nose breathing. I feel like that one's really good for like clearing in your brain, or at least a feeling of clearing. Anytime I'm feeling a little tired or exhausted, I tend to feel like a little bit foggy brained. So if you're super congested, you can honestly just stick with doing a normal breath pattern. But if you're able to breathe through both of your nostrils, here's what you're gonna do. You can do a couple different hand orientations, like loser L thumb, and swap back and forth. Or some people like to do pinky and thumb like a shaka. So pick your poisons there. And we're gonna plug just our right nostril. Now breathe in through your left. Plug your left and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through your right. Plug and breathe out through your left. In left. Plug out through the right. In right. Plug out left. And left. Plug out through the right. And continue to alternate. We'll go for about 60 more seconds. Good, 3 more rounds. Last round. All right, hands come back onto your thighs. Take a breath in through both of your nostrils. And out of your mouth, exhale. All right, we'll come up to get off of our blocks or our bolsters if you're using them. And then we'll come to standing. So we're just going to do kind of a bit of a nervous system reset. So from your standing position, feet hip width distance, take a little sway side to side and take just a gentle shake out of your arms. So I'm just kind of shaking out the fingertips down. Good, now reach the arms forward, lean back, and take the arms back and lean forward. It's really subtle, just feeling out all the corners of our body. Good, now we'll take ourselves back to center, and I want you to have the palms face in towards your body, but then turn the palms so that they face up towards you. Now with your next inhale, I want you to pull the hands up towards your heart space, and then exhale, flip the palms and push down. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, push down. Imagine as you pull up, you're drawing energy up from the earth. And exhale, pushing whatever you don't need away from you. Now, the next time you inhale, I want you to reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Still that same kind of trajectory, but when you get like up past your chin, reach up towards the ceiling. Good. And then exhale, imagine that you're pulling something down that you need. Again, inhale. Exhale, drag down. 3 more. Good. When those hands make their way down by your side, one of 2 options, just doing a final little kind of nervous system check and just kind of bouncing your heels up and down, letting the emphasis be on this kind of downward shake and downward motion. Your second option is to kind of hop in place if you do have some energy you're trying to like release or conjure or let go. Again, I'm low energy, but still feeling good enough to kind of hop something out a little bit. All right. Wherever you're at, heel bouncing or hopping in place. Wow, that really activated my hamstrings there for a second. Woo. We'll reach our arms up towards the ceiling. Try to grab for opposing elbows. Really open up your heart, arch your back, point your butt cheeks behind you. And then exhale, take it down, forward fold. 3 times halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen spine. And exhale, fold. Really use your whole and entire breath pattern. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Melt. Let it go. Last time. Good. After your fold, hang heavy in this folded position. All right, from this folded position, let's bring our hands down and our knees down so we're in a tabletop. We're gonna start with lateral cat-cows. So cinching up right side of your waist, looking back, and the other way. Good, let's go through our normal cat-cow, so heart forward. And exhale, round. Yeah, my body is like, let's not do anything today. Oh man, it's just that feeling you get. I'm actually listening to this really good podcast from Huberman Lab about female athletics, nutrition, and training. Let's go into barrel rolls. So kind of full circle. And she suggested that if you're, training and you're just feeling so incredibly low energy, to take like 10-minute break, assess if you want to kind of try things again and then go forwards, or just, decide that maybe today's not the day for training for you. But to me, I like to at least take time to move my body and mobilize. Even if I am feeling super low energy. Good, let's sit back onto heels. And we'll get into your head and neck, because I always love doing neck stuff. So we'll drop our chin towards our chest, roll one ear over towards one shoulder, back through center, one ear over towards other shoulder. Good. Now once you make it back towards center, drop chin to chest and then look up towards the ceiling. Try to really isolate this in your cervical spine so no other part of your spine is reacting to this. All right, we'll bring our head back towards center, and one time we'll do a full loop. Other direction. Good, we'll lean over onto our left-hand side and adjust yourself into a double stag position. So as I'm looking down, my left leg is kind of right in front of me, and I can see my right leg over towards my right-hand side, okay? We're gonna do some like side bending, shoulder mobilizing, and twisting here. So let's start with the twist. So we're gonna rotate over towards our left-hand side, bringing your right hand onto the knee. Good, we're gonna unwind our twist, and then we're gonna add in a bit of a combo to it. So turn back towards your left-hand side to twist, but take your hands down towards the ground, and then bend into the elbows, work down towards the floor, and back up. Good, twist, work down towards the floor, and back up. We'll do that one more time. Twist, work down towards the floor. Now, instead of pushing back up and fully countering here, we'll center our left hand, push your hips up. Good. Trying to create space now into the front of your hip flexor. All right, return the hips back down and repeat, lift up. And last time, we'll lift up through our hips. Now let's add in our arm and work the shoulder. So full complete circles here. And reverse. All right, circle it all the way back down. And let's take our right leg, extend it out towards the side, and bring the left sole of the foot onto the right inner thigh. We're gonna go at a diagonal to the inside of our right leg, not like a close inside, just straight forwards in front of you. So this isn't a traditional Janu Shirshasana. We're a little bit opened up here. All right, let's walk ourselves now over our right leg. So change the angle a little bit. Awesome, all right. We'll bring ourselves up from here. Now to finish out this sequence, this next thing is a little more rigorous to get into, but definitely a fun little mobility challenge. So I want you to bend into your right knee a bit, press all the way up towards a standing position, and then lean into the right leg. Take a couple back and forths. You can also test yourself by coming all the way back and all the way forwards. But I don't really feel like doing that. TL is lazy today. All right. From here, we'll bring our right knee down towards the ground, back into a kneeling position, and then we'll shift over towards the other side. So right shin is right in front of me, left leg is behind me. We'll twist and rotate, very much so in an active position here. All right, now we'll unwind our twist, return back to twist, but now work hands to ground, and back up. I don't feel a lot of sensation from this, but you might feel it in your butt, in your back. Really nice. On that last one, we'll bring our right hand towards the center of our space, and we're gonna push up and open up the front of the left hip flexor. Return back down, and again, lift and open up the hip flexor. On this last one, add in your shoulder if you did on the other side. Just smacked my own headphone with my arm. Oh, and reverse. Nice, return the hips back down towards the ground, and let's lengthen our left leg out towards the side. So again, setting up for our kind of externally rotated Janu. And we'll work down at that kind of forward, diagonal. Great, and then we'll go over the left leg. All right, let's bring ourselves back up, and again, effort. All right, so we'll bend into our left knee a bit here, and then we'll bring ourselves up, and you can just go back and forth through your kneels. You can also go all the way back. Whatever you like. Okay, let's come back to a kneeling position. And mainly because I'm going to force myself to practice dance today, why not do some belly dance techniques while we're here? Fuck it. So the first thing we're going to work here is Mayas, working down, and then some toxines. The way I like to think of these is like my hips are going over, 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 up, 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 right? If we were doing this standing, our knees would be bending, right, to go down or to scoop up. So we'll do a couple rounds of just going right down with our Mayas or our overs and up. Yeah. If you want to add a little bit of an arm, the next time we go up, sweep the arms up and take it down. We'll go side view. Up, 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 down, 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 down. We'll do one more round. And once you're down, take your hands back behind you, and give your quadriceps a little stretch by focusing on your posterior tilt. All right, we'll take out the posterior tilt, moving yourself forwards and into a downward facing dog. Let's give your knees a break. Pedal them out a little bit. Great. We'll walk ourselves forward towards the front of our mats, and then we'll roll ourselves up to standing. Shimmy out your legs a little bit so that those muscles get moving on the bone. So you're just kind of pumping the knees back and forth, letting your booties and thighs shake. And then we'll go over one exercise that I actually enjoyed doing this morning from flexibility training, because it's a nice lazy one to do. So, okay, right foot, right leg is gonna be onto the floor. And then I want you to pop up your left foot, like your toes on the ground, your knees are bent. Now, flat spine, super essential here. You're gonna hinge from the hips. Again, booty's very proud behind you, very spankable, very smackable. And then bring yourself back up. Forward and up. Really focus on the length of the back leg. Let's go for 3. Good, last 2. And last one. Phew, all right. This foot that's bent, let's take it behind us and stretch out the top of your ankle. So as I'm pushing into the top of my foot, I'm really focusing on lengthening my leg. My tailbone is long, my body line is upright. Really focus it into the big toe. All right, now here comes another potentially challenging piece. You can make it challenging or you can make it not so challenging. So picking up your back leg, hinging forwards any amount, and back up, right? You can go hands on hips, really working your height and your balance. If you're like, holy shit, my balance sucks today, then you can grab your blocks, right? Essentially starting from the same position, trying to work yourself down and up and through. The goal is to get close towards a standing split. Good, last two. And last one. Let's hold that last one up. And release and bring yourself back up. Again, shimmy, shake that out. Maybe also take a moment to hydrate, drink some water. I freaking love this song. All right, so let's do the other side, kiddos. So again, smackable booties. Left foot is on the ground, right leg is popped. Hinge forward with your flat spine and up. Shout out to Irene for introducing these to me. I freaking love them. Ooh, hello. This is also our last, almost our last little standing bit. All right, from here, take that popped right leg, place it behind you, focus on stretching through the front line. Okay, now here comes either that funky balance situation, right? Where you're hinging, coming back up. Right, really trying to work depth and balance. Or if your balance just feels a little off today, using your blocks. My top leg is literally fucking shaking. Body's like, girl, why? Let's hold up this top leg. 3, 2, and release. Same thing, bringing yourself up. Shaking that out a little bit. You know what I'm thinking about right now? I'm thinking about the breakfast taco I get to eat after this. Sometimes you gotta be food motivated, like my cat. That's gonna be our little reward. All right, so this next piece is gonna take us down to the ground, but I do wanna work a moment for some wide stuff. So we'll step out our feet wide. I'm gonna grab my blocks. And we'll go down into our wide-legged fold position. Now we've been working, especially this last section, a lot of posterior, right, anterior stuff. So on this one, I actually want you to not do that think of the hips as just being kind of neutral, but shifting them from left to right so that we're getting into our inner thigh, the groin, and those connectors. Good, we'll open up the hips to the right and then take a couple of bends and extends into the right knee, trying to, again, maintain that hip openness towards the right. All right, back to center, open up hips to the left, bend into your left knee a couple times. All right, nicely done. We'll bring ourselves down to our knees. Yes. My legs and hips feel great. One piece that I think would be really nice to do is to kind of complete the leg work by going with some quad. And maybe, yeah, quad. That's where we should go next. Okay, let's go for hero. So I'm gonna come forwards a little bit and separate my feet. Now my block or blocks can come underneath my butt, just like we did earlier in our little meditative space, because our goal here is to try to sit between the feet. So kind of test it out. And if your knees start to protest a lot, because listen, there is going to be some protest here from the knees. This is not just a stretch for our quads, but this is also a stretch for our knees, right? Ligaments, tendons. You can stay where you're at. You can lean back. If you are on a block and you're leaned back here, this is about as far as I recommend going, because any further will kind of put your back in a funky position. So if you're here, but you're feeling pretty good, you can also walk back to forearms. I don't know why I'm grabbing my blocks. Right? Also notice as you're like descending backwards, are the knees trying to lift up? I'm okay with the knees separating a bit. That's a very normal thing to do when going back into this position. You can also come all the way back to your shoulders and take the arms up and overhead. So that would be like our full version here. All right, let's start to bring ourselves back up. Now to release all this pressure on our knees, let's come into one last downward facing dog for today. All right, now we'll come down to our tummies from here, and we'll do our final stretches for today. I'm gonna move my water bottle out of the danger zone. So, okay, from our tummies, I'm up here on my forearms for a moment, just to give my front line a little bit of a stretch. Good, if you feel like you wanna go a little bit further through your front line, you can push into your hands, give yourself some elevation. I always find back bends like this to be pretty energizing for me, but if you don't feel like pushing yourself up, you don't have to. All right, and then we'll bring ourselves down. Forearms come in front of you, and let's bend into both of our knees and windshield wipe from left to right. Great. Now we're going to do one of two things. Either doing half of an army crawl, so taking your right leg out towards the side, right? Eventually switching. Or if you're pretty flexible and you feel really confident doing, prone work, you can work into your prone frog. So we're gonna do 1 minute straight of prone frog, or you can do 30 seconds of each side. Great. You have 15 more seconds on one side, and then switching to the other. All right, if you're doing one side of your half crawl, switch to the other. All right, let's work out of that army crawl position or prone frog, and then re-extend your legs back behind you. We'll roll over onto our backs, and we'll hug our knees in towards our chest. All right, let's take ourselves into a twist. So you can cross right over left or keep everything stacked. You can also do an eagle leg wrap if you have this. And we'll drop both knees over towards our left. Good, let's come back through center, uncross, recross, same thing, other side. All right, we'll bring ourselves back to center, giving ourselves one more little hug. As always, I'm always trying to, accommodate, meet myself where I'm at, still meet my movement goals, but, know that things can come up where I don't necessarily meet them. Thank you, friends, so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Monday, an amazing rest of your week if I don't get to see you on Thursday. Oof. Ending about 10 minutes early, because I think that would be good for me. So good, you guys. Thank you. Great job, you guys. Great, great, great a job. Oh yes, the podcast I mentioned. I did put it into the... Let me see if I can bring it up here. I put it in our Discord. I can drop it into the Patreon too. But this is the one I was mentioning. Let me get it to focus. So it's Huberman Lab interviewing Dr. Stacy Sims. Really fascinating. It's a long listen. It's like 2.5 hours, but I'm on my last 15 minutes and it's pretty fascinating. Yeah, was pretty stoked on like that I was already doing some of the things she's recommending, but there's also some things in there that I'm like, yeah, I should probably be doing that. No worries. I think I just put it in this morning. So yeah, don't even worry if you didn't see it. But yeah, it goes over, if intermittent fasting is actually beneficial, circadian rhythms, caffeine, how we should be eating and protein we should be taking in. Which I was posting up some stuff recently on how much protein I take in the morning, and I had a lot of women be like, holy shit, how do you eat that much protein in the morning? And it's like, well, I'm trying to get in this much, so trying to take down 30 grams first thing is not a lot when you think of how I'm trying to get in like 100 in a day. So yeah. But yeah, really fascinating. I think you'll be into it. Yeah, big recommend on that. So if you're like going for a walk, or if you got to drive or do something, try to take in some of that information. It's pretty fascinating. I found it to be an easy listen. Hi, Marmalade. Yeah, Huberman's great. Great resource. Oh, thank you, Yasna. Thank you. It's so great to have you. Well, all right, my darling. Speaking of nutrition, I'm actually feeling hungry, so I'm definitely going to log off now so I can go eat. Take a break before I force myself to rehearse. Because I put it in my schedule for productivity today. And then I just have one private client, then we're done. So we got it. We got this, we got this. Yeah, the protein intake is so major. So major. And she even talks about it as like, yes, you as well, thank you so much. Like usually when women first wake up during the day, well, everybody's cortisol spikes when they first wake up. But men actually benefit more, or people with PCOS, from doing like intermittent fasting. And it's better if we're able to, you know, her verbiage is onboard some fuel, which I really like. As somebody that's had disordered eating in the past, it's like, yeah, onboard some fuel. And she's like, yeah, even if it's like just throwing back, putting some protein in a coffee or in your smoothie and just getting something, it can help actually lower any excess cortisol, because not all cortisol is bad. We do need some cortisol. It's healthy for us, but it's when we have an excess of cortisol that it's not great. So I was like, yeah, just gotta wake up and throw it back. Thanks, Nicolette. So this is actually a mellow top, but I have the straps oriented differently. I have one just off to the side. It's not built this way, but I just made it this way today. And it stays on really well. So I think it looks pretty good. I think it's pretty off to the side. But I'm trying to show my muscles. All right, my darlings, I'll let you go. Again, have an awesome rest of your week. If I don't see you on Thursday, I'll be dropping a lot of recordings that I'm going to be editing. So look for those in your inbox if you're part of my Patreon. So last week's bar class, as well as the quick core class that we did. Yeah.